calculator. Then I use paragraph, simple application to calculate, simple application to calculate grade. Okay, this is the div. I will show you how it look like. See, first we will design the content, then we will style it. Okay, this is my content. I have one div. That first one is student grade calculator. This is the heading and this is the simple description of that heading. Then I need a form. Then I'm using again another one div. And here I'm using the class name. I already told you that either you can use the ID or you can use the class. Contact form. Not contact form. This is, you say that, grade form. And inside that I have okay. In the form, how many field I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This 4 field I want to group into one div. That's why inside this form again I am using div and using the class form group. Why this is needed? Because you need to style it. Okay, that's why you are separating based like this, that when you want to style only this part, then you can use style this class. When you want to style the complete form, then you can use this class. When you want to style the complete section, then you can use this ID. Okay, form group. Then here I need input type text, class form control, then placeholder math ID maths. It is required autocomplete off equal to off. Okay, first we will see it give you one input text. Don't worry about the look and feel, because we will use the style CSS to design it. Okay, first we need the content like this. How many text I need? For math, computer, physics, web programming. Then simply copy it 3, 4 times. Only thing you have to change the placeholder computer ID comp, then here physics ID HY placeholder web designing, then ID WD. Okay, it should look like this. Don't worry about this. Here we will not use break, but we will get this like this using the CSS. Then last thing we need this button. Okay, then we will come out of this div. I need this button in center. That's why I use the center. Then button type equal to submit class btn primary. Okay, and value is submit. Okay, I get one submit button. Okay, This is the content I need. And what we want, when I click this button, the JavaScript will generate it. That's why I have to write the on click functionality, on click function, on click. This is the predefined function. On click function is what? When you click the button, that function will work. And you have to write the JavaScript code inside that function. On click, here I am writing one function calcy. This is the user defined function calcy. Means I am going to define this function, and this function will work when you click on the button. This HTML part completed. Okay, then we will start the CSS and JavaScript. In this code, I am going to show you how to use external style sheet. External style sheet means, like in previous training, we have seen how to use inline CSS and how to use internal CSS. Inline CSS means apply the CSS as an attribute of the element. Internal CSS means you are writing the CSS using the style tag inside the head. External style sheet means you are defining style somewhere else and you are including that style file in your HTML. See, right click on the folder, new file, Control S. Here I give the name style.css. Remember that your style sheet extension is always .css. Like your HTML extension is .html, your style sheet extension is .css. Okay. This is my style sheet, style CSS. This style CSS I want to include inside this HTML. You can include inside the head. Okay. What's the tag? Link. Link relevant style sheet. Type, this type is not needed. Hyper reference means which file you want to refer. Which file I want to refer? Style.css. Understood? All of you understand how to include the external style sheet in HTML? If you have any doubt, ask me. No doubt? Okay. Then we will design. This is my style sheet. I will design. Very first, when you design any particular HTML document, very first what I don't want any margin and any padding from the browser, from the screen, user screen. Means suppose this is open in the desktop, I don't want any margin and any padding. That's why the first thing I am going to do, start margin 0 and padding 0. Okay. Then we will design the section, this section. Okay. Copy. That is the ID. That's why you have to use hash. If that is a class, then you have to use dot. Okay. Then here I want from top, padding top 100 pixel, padding bottom 100 pixel. This is my choice. You can use any amount. Then background. I want one background image. First, I will show you the background image. Then I will change it. Background image. What I want? URL. To get the background image, you need to write URL. Then where your image is. This is your image. Then my img.jpg. Okay. Let me show you. Okay, it gets on background image. Okay, but I need it in a proper way. For that, and I need a dark color. This is very light color. I need some dark color. So that I have told you about the CSS gradient. In CSS gradient, you have to go to background. Okay, in background, I need only the black color gradient. That's why here, instead of background image, I'm using background linear gradient. Linear gradient is when you want to combine more than one color. RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.8. Then RGBA. This is for dark shadow I am using. Because the image is very light, I want little dark shadow. That's why I'm using this. Then I'm using the image, my image dot jpg. Okay, this is very dark now. I don't want that much of dark. I just use 0.8 to 0.4. Okay, 0.4. Okay, 0.4 also little bit dark. Then you can use 0.2. You need little bit dark effect. Okay, we will change the size wise everything. Then I want that background position will be center. Then here background position center, background size cover, and background attachment fix. Background attachment fix means once you scroll, if you have lot of section, if you have lot of section, once you scroll, it will not get scroll like this. You can see here. See, once I scroll, see the image is scroll like this. Okay, this is the background attachment fix. If you want this type of effect, then you are using background attachment fixed. Okay. And I need, this is enough grading. Then if you want this form to be displayed the complete screen, then you can use height 100 VH, view height. Okay, height equal to 100 VH. Okay, now it display on the complete screen. Okay, this is the 100 VH. Then next what I want to okay, next what I want to design, I want to design this H2 and P. You can see that here this is not visible. That's why what you have to do here, just use color white as FFF. See, now it is visible. Then I want to design that so that I can write as grading in that section H2. If you write only H2, then if H2 is available in any other section, then it will apply the same rule to that. That's why I'm specifying that in this section, what H2 is there, just apply that style to that. Text decoration, underline, then text underline position, under, then letter spacing 2 pixel. See, letter spacing 2 pixel and underline. Okay. Then I need to design the paragraph P. You can also apply some more rules. I make it a little simpler. Okay. Has grading P. In P, I'm using width 70% width of the paragraph. Then margin left auto, margin right auto, then padding bottom 3% and letter spacing 3 pixel. See, the letter spacing is 3 pixel and this is the paragraph. Means we have design paragraph and H2. Okay. Then we will come to this form group. What I want the forms like this, one above another. But here this is side by side. But I don't want to use the break. Then what I have to use? See, for this form, this is the class. Copy it. That is a class. That's why we have to use dot. There's only one line of code, display grid. Display grid means it will display one above other. Okay. Display grid. Now I want to give the space. That's why here I'm grid gap 10 pixel. How much space you want? Okay, 10 pixel. That's enough. Okay, I just want width is here, height 100 vs, width 90%. Okay, so that it becomes little bit smaller. Okay, okay, no issues. Okay, then I want to design. What happened? Why to change the color? Okay, I forget to give the semicolon. Okay, this is the 90%, but why it is coming 90% like this? Align content center. Okay, we will see that. Margin auto overflow hidden. Okay, it comes in proper way. Then I want to design this input element. Okay, then what I can do, this is the input selector, so that here I can write the same form group input. Then for all the input, I want padding from each side 10 pixel, then margin from each side 10 pixel, then width 100%, then background color. I want to use this color. I have already shown you where to get the color code 133, 133 and 0.5. Then the text color I need white. Then your border, I don't need any border, none. And I don't need any outline, none. Okay. Okay, you get transparent color. Then I will change this placeholder color so that placeholders display properly. Then dot form group input colon double colon placeholder. The placeholder color I use this color has 32C45D. Okay, you get the placeholder color. Once you write, it will becomes in white. Okay, then comes to this button. Then button again, the your section name is grading, has grading. Then my button class name is BTN. For BTN, I need width 40%. Then background none. Then outline none. Then font size 13 pixel. The font size also you can use for the input if you want more bigger font size. Okay. Font weight. Font weight is if you want bold or light. Okay. Font weight bold. Then letter spacing 2 pixel. Then height 33 pixel. Then text align center. Then margin left 1%. Then border, I need a border here. Border of 2 pixel width, solid border, and the border color is white. And the color of the content is has 013 F7 E. Okay. You get it? Border color is white and this color is blue. Okay. Then what I want that when I hover my mouse, this border color will get changed and this text color will get changed. That is very simple. Here you have to write as grading dot btn hover. When you hover your mouse, what you want your border. Suppose I to see the effect I am using 5 pixel solid and this color. I want that the border color will be this one and the text color will be white. Okay, see, once I move my mouse, the border is 5 pixel and the text color becomes white. Border color blue, text color white. Okay. but I don't want 5 pixel, 1 pixel. Okay. The CSS part is over. I have designed the complete page. Okay. Now we will see the JavaScript. Hope you understand this. If you not understand, I will share the code. Okay. I will share the code, go through the code and ask me where you cannot understand. Then we will go for the JavaScript. JavaScript, I have told you that either you can write inside the head tag or you can write inside the body tag. Then after this section, I'm using script. This type JavaScript not needed. Script. Okay. Then what I want to do, I have to define this function. To define this function, it is very easy. I'm creating one variable like constant variable and I'm giving the name as calci y equal to okay. Then inside this, I need to get these values. What I need to get? First, I need to get these values. Okay. Means whatever user enter here, whatever user enter here, whatever user enter here. First, I need to retrieve that value and store it in some variable. Okay. Then only I can calculate. So that first I have to declare the variable. Let start from math. Okay. Let math. How to retrieve the value? Document dot get element by ID. Okay, this is predefined. Get element by ID. And what is my ID for math? You can see that this is the ID. That's why ID is important. Okay. Then what I want from that ID? I want the value. Then get element by ID dot value. This is predefined. Get element by ID. Which ID you want to fetch? This ID. This ID and this must match. Okay. And from that ID, what you want? You want the value. Okay. Like this. And the 3 you want. Copy. Then after maths, you want for on computer, COMP, your ID is. Always check that you are using the same ID. Okay. Then only it will work. Else it will not work. Okay. PHY ID is PHY. And the last one is web designing and ID is web designing. Now we got all the values. Then how to calculate the total? Just add all the things and store in one variable. Let total grades equal to. Remember that this value is in text. Whatever value you will enter here, by default, this is in text format. In which format you want? You want in either integer or floating point, means a decimal format. That's why here you have to write parts float. Okay. Maths means that text value will convert to float plus parts float computer plus parts float physics plus parts Float web designing. Okay, means I have calculated the total. Then how to calculate the percentage that total I want to display in alert? Then I am using the alert, and what I want to display? Total grades. Okay. Then I want to calculate the percent. How I can calculate the percent? Again, define another one variable, percent equal to, how I can calculate the percent? Total grades divide by 400 into 100. We assume that each subject total mark is 100. Okay. Then I want to alert that also. Alert percentage. That's it. Now we can see whether it is working or not. Refresh it. Give the math marks. Suppose 40. Computer 50. Physics 40. Web designing 50. Okay. Submit. 180. This total is 180. 40 plus 50 plus 40 plus 50. And 180 is how much percentage? 45% from the 400. Okay. Means we have completed the application, and the application is working perfectly. In this application, what are the things you learn? First, how to create a form. Okay. Then how to apply the style, external style to the form. How to include that external style in the form using link, and how to write the JavaScript for that form. Okay, all of you? Anyone having any doubt? Because for today's class, this is all things all over. Like we have learned the form, about the form, and some of the form elements, how to use that form elements. Then after that, we have seen that how to create the field set. Then we have created one small application where we have used form, HTML form, CSS to design, and for behavior we have used the JavaScript. Okay, I will share the complete code to you with image. Okay, you have to do it by yourself, and you have to calculate grade also based on percentage. That is your work to calculate the grade, and you need to show me on the next training session, means next week. And if you have any doubt, anyone having any doubt, then ask me. Because in next week, we will see animation and transition in CSS, how to apply animation and transition like this. See, this is the animation. You can see this oval shape, it is moving. We will see how to apply this animation in CSS, and we will see how to include the Google Map in web page, and what's the use. See, whatever video we have shared, we have shared some video, and that is here. See, these are the playlist. We have shared with the playlist. You can go to the playlist, and you can see all the videos, all the recordings from the first class and the second one. Today, for today, we will share by the today evening. See, day 2 session records is here. Okay, in the playlist. You have to only go to the playlist and you will get the day 2 records. Okay. Okay. Link already shared, and for day 3, we will share soon. Okay. And we have also shared your Google Drive link where we have the data, like this drive link where you will get all the data like session 1 and session 2, and for today session I will share. And this is the Sublime text editor which I have used for the training. You will get the software from here. Okay, all of you. Okay, then bye. See you next week with some new topics in HTML. Okay.